Hey everybody, it's Coach Ted here again with another episode of Living Fully with ADHD. Welcome to this live video. Can't tell you how much I'm enjoying doing these Facebook live videos. Really awesome. I want to invite you, if you're watching live, to type in a comment. Let me know you're here. Say hello so I can say hello to you. So today we have productivity tip number 5 in our series of productivity tips. Today's about multitasking. Now, many people think that multitasking is a good thing. Being able to do more than one thing at a time is very efficient. Takes less time to do both things. Well, that's not true. In fact, multitasking is very detrimental to getting things done, to productivity, to getting things done. And why is that? Well, first of all, there's no such thing as multitasking. You can't really do two things at the same time. Your brain can't process information like that. You can only focus on one thing at a time. So what you're really doing is task switching. You're switching back and forth between 2 or 3 different tasks, and you're not really spending enough time on any one of them to make any real progress. So it's slowing you down actually, rather than helping you speed up and get more stuff done. In fact, what you're doing is you're interrupting yourself constantly. My last video from Tuesday was about interruptions, and if you haven't watched that, I would suggest you do that. And I talk about the detrimental impact of interruptions, which are even greater than for multitasking. So here's some statistics on some of the impact of multitasking, and I'm looking at a tablet here. So generally, frequent multitaskers multitasking reduces their productivity by 40%. 40%. It takes them up to 50% longer to finish a single task. And they make up to 50% more errors. Well, that's quite a difference, isn't it? Versus doing one thing and completing that and then doing the next. Also, it's interesting, frequent multitasking can temporarily lower IQ by up to 15 points. That's quite a bit, right? So it even reduces your intelligence. So, what can you do? Well, it's pretty simple. Basically, stop multitasking. If any of you remember Bob Newhart, the Bob Newhart show, where he's a psychiatrist, and his favorite form of therapy was to tell people to stop it. So that's what I'm telling you to do about multitasking. Just stop it, because it's hurting you. It's not helping you. Now, what else can you do, or how can you help yourself stop it? Well, last video I talked about, hey Neil, good to see you. Glad to have you here. So in my video on interruptions, I talked about a time management technique called time boxing, where you set specific amount of time, say 25 minutes, where you're going to focus on one task without interruption. And then you set a timer, and at the end of that 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break, and then you do another 25 minutes on the same or different task, and repeat as needed. Well, if you use time boxing, you're giving yourself the instruction to only focus on one thing at a time. So you can use time boxing as a way to help you stop multitasking. And another effective strategy is to do what's called batch processing. It's where you put together a number of tasks that are basically doing the same thing all together, like email. So rather than checking email constantly, which is interrupting yourself and harming your productivity, you say, okay, I'm going to spend 30 minutes doing email in the morning, and maybe 30 minutes in the middle of the day, and 30 minutes at the end of the day. But during that time, I'm just going to do email. But the rest of the time, I'm not doing any email. And you can do that with phone calls. You can do that with checking texts. You can do that with checking voicemail. Anything where you've got similar tasks, you put them all together, you do them during that time, and then for the rest of the time, you focus on your major tasks and activities that you need to get done what's important to you, the things that are going to help you in your career, help you in your job, or going to help you in your business, whatever stuff you're doing, or help you in other parts of your life. So that's my tip for today. Stop multitasking. If you're a regular multitasking, this can make a big difference on your ability to get the stuff done that you need to. So that's my tip for today. Great being here with you, and I will be back Saturday with more Living Fully with ADHD. This is Coach Ted signing off.